Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Think Different Television. All right, today we're doing more percents, but we're doing Mr. Isof. Mr. Isof is a famous Russian mathematician. He's right here. And he likes to say, what? 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 He's very confused sometimes, but he's also brilliant. He came up with this wonderful proportion we're going to learn. Okay, so first things first, we have to set up our paper. Boom, Mr. Isof is today. Write the date right there. Percent means out of 100 or per 100. Write that down. Okay, so what has Mr. Isof found? Well, before we did this, which is part over whole, and that equals percentage over 100, because the whole is 100% and the part is the percent. So those are actually the same labels right there. But Mr. Isof took it a step further. So the part is, and the whole is going to be of percent over 100. So both of these are the same thing. But sometimes this is a good guide when you get problems like this. Check it out. Look at all these let's practice ones. So example one, I'm going to do one, you're going to do one. I'm going to do one, you're going to do one. I'm going to do one, you're going to do one, etc. Look at these problems. What percent of 7 is 4? What number is 18% of 58? 20 is 30% of what number? That's pretty confusing to keep straight because it has the number and the percent all in different places. You got is and of in the problem. Oh my goodness. And there's all different kinds. Look at all those kinds. So we're going to go through all these. So let's now do the first one together. What percent of 7 is 4? What percent of 7 is 4? I'm actually going to write that on my paper. Example 1. What percent of 7 is 4? Whoop. Okay. So how does Mr. Isof work there? Well, Mr. Isof, he gets confused. Remember, he says, what? What? And when there's a what, you see there's an X in his face. Yeah? Check it out. You see when he says, what? You see that X in his face? You see those lines, those creases? Yeah. So, Mr. Isof, whenever you see what, that's generally where the X is. So I'm looking for the percent. What percent of 7 right there? So the of part is going to be 7, and the is 4 is going to be right there. And so all I have to do is, now Mr. Isof has provided me something where I can just plug in and solve my proportion. So, is 4, of is 7, and what percent? The 100 always stays. You don't change that at all. The 100 stays. So it's 1, 2, 3. Those are the things that you're going to try and plug in for. And X percent right here. What percent? And right there. So, cross multiply. 7x equals 4 honey. Divide by 7. Get your calculator. 4 honey divided by 7. And you get 57.14 about. So x is about 57.14%. Why do I say this squiggly means about? Because I estimated here. This is the actual. Like that. Okay, so that is the answer for the first one. Now you're have an opportunity to do the second one. So I did this one, you try this one. What percent of 72 is 54? So same kind of problem. Ready, set, go. All right, let's see what we got. So very similarly, you have 54 is right by the of. Sorry, the is, and then 72 is the of, and what percent over 100. So this is how you should have set up your proportion. 72x equals 54. When you multiply by 100, you add 2 zeros, because it's 54 times 100, it's 54 hundreds. So I have 5400 divided by 72, and I get 75%. No estimation there, it just straight up equals 75%. Hopefully you got that one. Yeah, okay, next one. Example 2. Write that in your notes. Example 2. What number is 18% of 58? So let's write that down. So what number is 18% of 58? So we did this before with the part and the whole and the decimals, but I'm just going to show you how Mr. Isof works. So first off, so you got is over of equals percent over 100. So Mr. Isof works on all of these problems. I know you can do this. You're like, Mr. Irish, why don't you just do this? We did this before. No. Yeah, okay. But if you don't recognize this, Mr. Isof is going to work every time. Let me show you. So you see what number is, so 18%. So you see the percent right there? So whenever you have percent, that just automatically goes in there. So that's going to be 18%. That's locked in. Now, what's the 58 by? Is that by of or is? That's by of, right? So 58 is right here. And what? Remember he says what? The x? What number is? So the is right by the what, so that's the x. So boom. Also you can think of what number is 18% of 58. 58 is the whole, and x is the part, because that's going to be a percentage of the whole. You can think of it that way too. So 100x equals 58 times, 58 times 18. And you get 1044 divided by 100, which is moving the decimal to the left, and you get 10.44. Dude. Yeah. So x is 10.44. That's not a percentage because that's a number. The percentage is 18, so I'm not going to put percent there. Of course, yeah, if I did 0.18 times 58, I'd get the same thing right there. So I'm just showing you that Mr. Isof works for everything, and the other strategies we learned before just on these particular problems work. Okay, you're doing good. Now it's your turn right here. So now I did example 2. Your turn. What number is 24% of 200? What number is 24% of 200? What did you get? Pause the video. Boop. Yeah, 24%. So that's going to be x over 200 is 24% like this. I notice that this is, you can go this way, you do times 2, right? So you can go this way, times 2, and so that'd be 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 200 divided by 2 is 100, yeah. So 48 is the answer. Hopefully you got that one. Cool. All right, example 3. Let's keep on chugging. Example 3, you're doing good. Example 3. All right, 20 is 30% of what number? So I'm going to write that down in my notes because when I want to study later, I'm going to have it. 20, this is example 3. 20 is 30% of what number? Boop, like that. Okay, so Mr. Isof. Always start with this. So whenever I see a problem like this, I got Mr. Isof. Is over of equals percent over 100. Okay. So, boom, I got the 30. Lock it in. 30%, don't mess with it. You got it. Now, the 20 is by the is, isn't it? Mr. Isof. Is. And the of is by the what? What? There's a crease in his face. That means he's confused. That means X. So 20 is the is. 20 is 30% of what number? So, yeah, this is the whole. So 20 is a part of what whole? That's what I can think of, too. So cross multiply 30x equals 20 hundreds, which is 22,000 divided by 30. You get 2,000 divided by 30. 66.6 repeating, or 66 2/3. No. Boom, boom. Cool. All right, your turn now. So I do, you do, your turn. Ooh. All right. 105 is 84% of what number? Go ahead and do it. Boop. All right, let's see what we got. 105 is 84% of what number? Okay. So 105 is 84% of what number? That's what you should have set up. Doot, doot. 84 x equals 105 is 10,500 divided by 84. 10,500 divided by 84, boop, is 125. Bam. And that makes sense because if the 105 is the part, generally the whole is bigger. And that's going to be 85%. Or 84%. Cool. Nice job. All right. I will see you in the next video so we can continue this. Nice job. 3 examples down. Good work. Mr. Isof is very impressed with you.